Hello Mick, hello Thomas, hello Frank, hello Record Hound, hello Forsten, hello Paul, hello Zelvia, and Mr. Zosh, and Sava, and Steve Davis. Hello, hello Steve, hello John. I was thinking about you yesterday, John. I was seeing some comments you left on an old friend's channel, Dave from Texas. Oh no! It was Tapre Records, Tap Records. Yeah. Hello, Stephen Crow and Croydon. Hello, I'm the dad from Iceland and Jason. Hello, Rufan. Hello, Andy. Yes, indeed, Adam. Hello. Hello, Firebolt. Hello, Daniel. Hello, Johnny Tweet. Hello, Thais. And Marcos. Been missing you for a couple of weeks, huh? Special stream in a way. I'm following a new tradition I have here. And you know, guys and girls, I love traditions. I'm all for respecting traditions. We're starting the stream with a record we closed the stream with last week. I feel deserves a wider exposure. Salut Flo. This is still Yamaoka Selected Works Fragmentary, a collection of tunes he never released on vinyl before. He used to have a duo that produced tons and tons of techno from Japan on various labels around the world. Hello Marius. That part is just so pure bliss. Still a little bit like, mysterious in an almost menacing way. Salut Baléric. Hello, yes. Return of the hat. So yes, that was quite limited. 300 copies. Again, here is the name and the release. I think it was from 2018, something like that. This week I've been listening to everything I could from him. This is from when he went solo, I think, and nothing compares to that. One track every there and there. He's been releasing a bunch of laugh cuts, 7 inches, on German labels, techno, deep techno, sometimes a little bit ambient, but nothing like that. Just really special record. The record playing now is also quite special. It's probably one of the 10 first electronic music records I bought 30 years ago. So this gives me, you know how records have this ability to make you time travel to emotions, to a state of emotion that you don't have access to anymore because it's too far remote in the past. Now the tradition is starting the stream with a track from the same record we ended the previous stream. Hello, not deaf yet. Latency, yeah. Yeah, that record is interesting. It's quite a trip. With lots of percussions, indeed. Hello, de Losfeld. Ah, bah désolé. À demain alors. Tu me diras. Yeah, of course we like to try and travel. But, so yeah, this stream is a little bit special for me tonight. As between last stream and this one was the 2-year anniversary of the new format of the stream. Actually, it was yesterday. When I basically committed to come every Friday, unless I physically can't because of traveling obligations. I missed, I think 3 or 4 because of my dad and the festival. But for the past 2 years, every Friday, 2.5 hours, sometimes a little more, with some themes, some special moments in the stream. I've been doing some streams before that, something that was quite similar but a little bit different and not as committed as this. So I thought, yeah, 2 years of me coming to your homes or wherever you're listening to this, and quite a few of you supporting this, which I very grateful for. Thomas, as usual, Thomas Corcoran with the earliest tip in the coffee jar. The first link in the description of the video where you can leave a tip to your DJ tonight, support the stream. It's very instrumental, and tonight especially. You'll see a bunch of records tonight that I would never have, or not never, but that the way the stream operates was a huge accelerator to discover these hidden hidden treasures, I dare say so. Hello, Mercury Man. It is. Yeah, exactly. The snake that is eating its own tail. Salut, non pas Christophe, comme j'appelle Vibrasonic régulièrement. I've been calling Vibrasonic Christophe for some weird reason. I did a video with him a long time ago, and I think it's Sylvain. Yeah. So what are we listening to, huh? That record, as I said, 30 years ago. And thank you, Marius, for also leaving a tip in the coffee jar. And Lionel. Uh-huh. Merci, Lionel. Hello, Fred. Yeah, Fred. So many Freds. Oh, I hope you have a good time and some good digging. Salut, Chris. Thank you, John. So we're listening to not the first solo album of Richard H. Kirk from Cabaret Voltaire, but his very first one for Warp, or was it? He released some music under the name of Sweet Exorcist, 2 EPs on Warp, which was, I believe, the second or third, one of the 4 first releases on Warp. But as an album, that's it. And that was Yeah, that was released in '83. I bought this as a CD, and it stayed with me. So it's called Virtual State, and the theme is, as you can hear a little bit, what is it called? Surveillance, urban surveillance systems. City, Ed Topo, help me here. So you get like this whole boroughs-like state of being lost in your environment, of your environment taking over in a quite dubby way. I think it's a wonderful album that at one point I thought it had aged not too well, and then over the years I thought, no, it's actually really good. Much better than his second album on Warp, which is a good album, but this one is Richard H. Kirk, the Caps. At one point, no one cared for that. I remember buying the vinyl at Vinyl and Exchange in London for nothing. This was in the sales bin. People had enough of that by the late 90s, early 2000 maybe. Now the table has shifted, has turned. But this brings me to one of the reasons why we keep going to these records, this music, and hopefully that some of you guys come here. Hello Marcella, nice to see you. Yeah, Stéphane. Hello, moin. Hello Vinyl Joe. Eh ben ouais, désolé quand même, monsieur hihi haha hi-ho. In the interzone. Yeah, Richard H. Kirk passed away a few years ago, 3-4 years ago, I think. And Music for Animals. Are you talking about the Robert Wyatt record? I'm not sure which one. Oh no, the Niels Fram, yeah, okay. A non-piano Niels Fram record, yeah. Thank you, Marcos. My pleasure. But that's the thing. Why do we go to all this music? Why do we keep coming back, searching, not being happy with what we have? This past week I've been watching an awful lot of international politics with some really depressing stuff, some joyous stuff, whatever we think about the actual matter, substance. But yeah, I guess it's about the joy, but mostly about the empowerment. I think listening, like, you know how they say that every time you confront yourself to something new to you, to a new experience, you build new connections in your brain. You grow. I'm a firm believer that exposing yourself to music that is challenging, learning your way into it, learning your way to appreciate it if you need to, because you can appreciate it also very spontaneously. Well, I think it makes you a better human being. However you lean politically, ideologically, just makes you a better human being, not necessarily just for you, but for the others. And whatever the music might be, it might be jazz, country, drone, folk music, techno, industrial rock, whatever. Like, just the more we confront ourselves with the new, with the unknown, the better we are for our friends, our family. Because first, the more interesting we might become. It's a possibility, not a necessity, but and just learning new ways to approach and to understand one another, other cultures. I think it's very helpful. When I see my good friend who's not here tonight, Sean, the Vinyl Dreamscape, engaged with Marius Stark. Both great guys, both at quite opposite sides of the ideological spectrum. But I think it's not what matters the most in this case. It's more, about becoming better people, becoming better friends and brothers and sisters to each other. So that was my my hippie moment. Salut Christophe. No, I haven't thought about any of that, Valeric. But maybe, who knows? Maybe something will happen. Maybe I'll disappear, take everything with me, and reappear someday. Who knows? But if you have ideas, just tell me. The confusion, The confusion, letting yourself be confused and accepting it. That can be a key. Easy now. Okay, yeah, well, it will, I don't know when, but before the election, maybe for the election, who knows? So I hope you enjoyed that little time capsule of Richard H. Kirk. Here's another time capsule. Wow, and thank you Torsten, thank you Vinyl Joe and Marcos for all leaving tips in the coffee jar. Merci.
Aperçois-tu une barque de 30 matelots, de 30 matelots sur les bords de la France, de 30 matelots sur les bords de l'eau. Le plus jeune des 30 chantait une chanson. Chantait une chanson sur les bords de la France. Chantait une chanson sur les bords de l'eau.
And sisters.
La chanson que tu chantes, je voudrais la
Yeah, I think you're the only one who's the iPod, Valeric.
Je voudrais la savoir sur les bords de la France. Je voudrais la savoir sur les bords de l'eau.
Yes, Daniel, that's one of these nights, possibly. Hello, Ra. No problem. Happy anniversary, happy birthday to her.
Je vous la prendrai sur les bords de l'eau.
Hello, Chuck. So yes, Malicorne. Is this their first album or their second one? They have quite a few. This is not an expensive record. You can find it fairly easily. I think there's even a UK pressing of it. (1975). Cyclic folk and prog together. This album is more on the folk side of things, but also it sounds like nothing else. One of my favorite French cold wave band, Collection d'Arnel Andreas, sounds just like that. But this is grounded, rooted in French traditional music, la bourrée. La fille aux chansons, Marion s'y promène. This is not the only good song on this album, but by far the most. My friend Joseph Isola did a recent series of videos about French folk and reminded me of this. I used to not like Malicorne 20 years ago. And then I learned that some of the records were produced by Bruno Meni, recorded by him. A sound engineer, musician, electronic producer who is half of the mind behind Maison Rose by Emmanuel Paronat. To the best of my knowledge, he's not involved in this. But this sits pretty comfortably besides Maison Rose, Emmanuel Paronat, I would say. Oh, you know them, huh? Hello, Spiderland. That's a festival I should go to for many reasons. In Belgium, right? But I won't be able, unfortunately. Or, I wish I would. See you later, Daniel. Yeah, typical like kind of fantasy art or gentle giant kind of stuff from the time. Yeah.
Qu'avoue a-t-on pleuré sur les bords de la France? Qu'avoue a-t-on pleuré sur les bords de l'eau? J'entends ma mère m'appeler pour m'appeler pour coucher sur les bords de la France. M'appeler pour coucher sur les bords de l'eau. Ne pleurez pas la belle, chez nous vous coucherez. Chez nous vous coucherez sur les bords de la France. Chez nous vous coucherez sur les bords de l'eau. Quand Elle fut dans la chambre, son lacet à nouer, son lacet à nouer sur les bords de la France, son lacet à nouer sur les bords de l'eau.
Back. Stagliosa. Hello, Frank. Nice to see you. So yes, Malicorne. Check out their albums on Ballon Noir. Very uneven, but some gold to be found there. But this one is a pretty safe bet. You should find this for less than $10 or around that. Thank you, Frank, for leaving a tip in the coffee jar. Hello, Joe. Long time no see. I have some jazz in store for tonight. Hello, Justin. The next record is one of these records that you stumble upon. Might be good, might be interesting. And thanks to you, I tracked them down and test them. This was put on my radar by Christophe, by the way. Christophe from London. Him and Fred, Big Star 1000, helped with quite a few records tonight. Don't you love it when a record is so simply beautiful and still gettable? It's not that Malicorne are at all, how do you say, that people don't know about them.
Kan vi ikke til en sang om å hoppe? Jo, kom! Hopp,
But I guess outside of
hoppa
France,
litt her, så. Hoppe be. Fer av sted.
ah, ben on va en parler.
Hoppa litt her, hoppe be. Fer av sted og vær så glad. Hoppa litt her, hoppe be. Fer av sted og vær så glad.
This was interesting. This is a record of music for children from Denmark. This copy belonged to a Swedish guy from Åby, Jens, and I found it in the UK. Quite a few short tracks, but not only. This was recorded in the Faroe Islands in 1983. And I'll let it play a little bit because it's a joyful record. Hello,
Ik har haft
Consumer
det stort
Chance.
litt, men nå
Ja.
jeg slipper hjem til mamma.
Long overdue.
Helt visst finner jeg ikke hjem atter. Nose. Nose. Nose? Mamma!
That's the name. Nosy.
Er du her? Jeg har leita alla stedene, og så møtte jeg Røa Røye, og han helt at du var her. Jeg er så glad for at du komst. Ja, men du måste ikke røyme. En cowboy ble vekk, og så svev han i det rom. Så får mammaen et leide, og så fant hun til
Typically, the records I like to try.
Og så var hun til så glad, at han ble
Oh.
på
Oh, I didn't know about that. The singer of one of the best French bands of the 70s, Alp. If I had known the before, that's a shame. I love that cover, by the way. It has all the cues of like these records or these shows for kids that might have something quite unsettling about them. Quite, by today's standard, maybe, maybe not, maybe no. Yeah, Catherine Ribeiro, such a voice, unusual voice. I played her a couple of times on this stream. Actually found an interesting record a year and a half ago at my dad's. Yes, it is, Ed. With it? I know, okay. And for me, it's like, oh, interesting. So let's ask again, who would make this a hard pass based on the cover alone? Marius put his money where his mouth is, but no. I thought so. Now an album by a band I already had an album from, and for some reason I ignored that record for the longest time, and the other day I found it in the shop for $5, and when I came to that track I thought, okay, $5, I'm in. Good one, nice. I agree with that record, Ham. And that's a plus for me. This band I'm playing now features a musician that contributed a lot to my burgeoning love for jazz in the late 90s. Hamidou, actually. Just dawned on me where Hamid comes. Hamidou. Mondigo Griot Society. Mighty Rhythm. Recorded in '81 for Flying Fish Records in Chicago. The main musician behind this was the singer Jalifode Moussa Suso from Gambia, the master of kora, an instrument that will be featured later in that stream in a very revolutionary way, pun intended. Hamid Drake here. Hamidou Drake, born in Monroe, Louisiana, has been an important part of numerous Chicago jazz, AACM, and rhythm and blues groups. He's worked with such acclaimed artists as Mual, Richard Abrams, Douglas Edward, and George Lewis. And he toured Europe and West Africa with Don Cherry, which I think was quite eye-opening, ear-opening for him. J'avais parlé de quoi? Ah oui, ouais, exactement. OGCs. No, it's actually fairly warm. But I don't know what's happening. Thank you, Malicorne Man, for a very nice tip in the coffee jar. Merci beaucoup. Much appreciated. So this record is a $5-10 record. As you can see, musically it's more than that. The other record that Mondigo Griot Society has out, featuring Don Cherry, I've showed before. Actually, I like this one better. I really like the other one, but yeah. $5. Thank you, Marius. And because you say that, next track is for you. Yeah, balafon, absolutely. Kora, Dusungoni, Tamo, Bala, Dunungo, Harmonica, Kalimba, Congas, Bongos, Gembe, Tabla, Trap, Drums, Tabla, Bass guitar and guitar. So not directly the balafon, but yeah, a variation of a balafon for sure. How is Rufan doing tonight? How is her cat? Next one is also very interesting rhythmically. But if you like your bass, for you. Not that this is lacking any bass, by the way. And there's even a disco tune on this one. Forgot about it. It's not the best track, but it's a cool track. Gamberica. Next record, I wrote about it, and my copy got lost in the mail when it was released, and it took me 5-6 years to get it. 5 years. I think it was released in 2018, 2019. Please enjoy. Early disco time, huh? This is Dogna. Not the easiest. Oh, Con D-J-O-H-N. I'll show you. Just a little tune in a way, but I love this so much. Sort of meeting of ambient and drum and bass, dubstep. Come on now. Yeah. Hello, Mike. You should, it's good. Yeah, exactly. Otherwise it can get a little grungy, which is fine, but this is very precise music. This came on really good label for bass music, Astrophysica, Astrophonica. Sorry, yeah, I always confuse it. So this is their generic sleeves, hand stamped. And I'll show you the label right after the track. Unfortunately, not a cheap record. It usually goes for over 70 euros, but the other day I saw a cheap copy of it on discounts for like 30, 35. I almost bought it. Yeah, there's just something about that, but less crazy in a way. Huh. I'll have to double check that one record now for sure.
وغلقت الملوك عليها أبوابها وطاف عليها حراسها.
We're listening to the track Acacia Road.
واحتجبوا عما يسألهم حاجة أو ينتجع منهم فائدة.
Yeah, that's what was cool about it, that it works as half tempo and full tempo.
لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم ولا يشغلك شيء.
Have something for Mike to see if he wants to support the stream tonight.
أبواب سمائك لمن دعاك مفتحات وخزائنك
This record is incredible, by the way.
مغلقات وأبواب رحمتك غير
Hello, Nightmare.
محظورات.
Hello, Andora's Revenge.
وفوائدك لمن سألك غير محظورة.
So the UNESCO collection has, I think, 3 or 4 volumes about Lebanon. This one is dedicated to oral prayer with no instruments. 6 tracks. One is like a choir. Pretty powerful, but I really like this one. Monajat, individual prayer. The previous one is a prayer for the dead, but this one rolls. So good.
لا وعزتك وجلالك لا تختزل حوائجهم دونك ولا يقضيها أحد غيرك. اللهم وقد تراني ووقوفي.
Basically, when you see records from that collection, don't buy them blindly, but almost.
وتطلع على ما في قلبي وما يصلح به أمر آخرتي ودنياي. اللهم إن ذكرت الموت وهول المطلع والوقوف بين والوقوف بين يديك نقصني مطعمي ومشربي وأغصني بريقي وأقلقني عن وسادي ومنعني رقادي كيف ينام
This is where we lose some of you, right?
بيات ملك الموت
Hello,
في
Fred.
طوارق الليل والنار بل كيف
well, I think you can.
العاقل وملك الموت لا ينام لا بالليل ولا بالنهار ويطلب قبض روحي بالبيات أو في آناء الساعات.
What's interesting with this tune is the amount of modulation that is typical of that music, of course, but it's not the most common form of it.
والعفو عني حين ألقاك يا أرحم الراحمين أناجيك يا موجود في كل مكان لعلك تسمع ندائي فقد عظم جرمي وقل حيائي مولاي يا مولاي أي الأهوال يتذكر وأي أنسى ولو لم يكن إلا الموت تكفى بعد الموت يا مولاي حتى متى وإلى متى لك
So this record I'm playing now is a fairly uneven record, but that track, the second half of it, that is starting about. So this is cool, but it will become, in my opinion, glorious in a few minutes. Hello, Billy. It's all good. All good. I could have started to play this from now, but in a way, you'll see. This is as good as it gets. Not this, but in terms of music in general, according to me. So this is again one of these records from this Italian label, Isma's Police Music. Last week we played Paolo Damiani album. He's also here. You also got Tony Oxley on perks and drums. And Norma Winston is singing scat, singing jazz, which is one of the greatest one at that. Not necessarily the stuff I like the most, but in this context, it's actually pretty good. You also got Kenny Wheeler on trumpet, flugelhorn, Paolo Fresu on the same instruments, and John Taylor on piano. No, but with elks today. Fred, French vinyl addict, will attest. So this was recorded in Italy, obviously. As you can hear, yeah. And I lied, actually. The best part of the track hasn't even started. Yes, yes. Wow. Imagine being in the venue, getting the energy from that. Oh my God. I must say also, these kind of 80s covers, abstract with only like some colors and writing, I like it. Like, you would never know what you would get in there. Like, it could be like an FMP record, it could be an ACM record. But would it be a scat record? Maybe not. And then again, salut Pinap. Yeah. Did you know about that record, Steve? That solo is just... as cool as that drum percussion solo is, we're still not in the best part of the of the tune yet. Very mild upload, I think, considering what they just witnessed. And now we're getting somewhere else. Rarefied air in jazz. Hey, Wyoming Dave. No, that one I don't have. Yeah, it's on my wish list as well. Hello, Bill. This is a cheap record, by the way, huh? But there's not many copies. Two-year anniversary of this incarnation of the stream. Do you like it? If so, put a thumbs up. We'll figure it out where it takes us. If you're watching this whenever, now or tomorrow, next week, next war, leave a comment and I'll try to reply even from the grave. I always like to hear your thoughts, your recommendations, your threats, whatever. And if you really like the stream, if you want to tip your DJ of the night to support this happening for 2 more years, or 4, or who knows, well, there's the link in the description of the video, the Ko-fi link, where you can support the stream. Thank you. 2 years of every Friday on that format, committed to it, yeah. Finding new records every week. Oh, she did. Her family, her husband, her sons, all great musicians. Anyway. Thank you, Justin Peters, for leaving a tip in the coffee jar. Merci. I never knew I liked scat that much. Yeah. Hello, DJ Mr. Joel. Hello, Steven. Yeah, that track is just pure joy and playfulness. Spotify, fuck that. No. Yeah, exactly. Wow, that's cool. Eye-opening, huh? Ear-opening. Alfredo, I don't know what that means. Sorry, my Spanish is not good. Como se dice? That's the extent of it. Well, I always like put the names of the artists I play after the stream, like at the end of the, or not necessarily all the info, but some clues. Okay. Well, Alfredo, you made your point. And if you continue now, don't do that to completely overtake the whole thing. Otherwise, I'll have to block you. First time I would do that. Glorious, live at Coachella, Yonica, 1984. Norman Winston on vocals, Kenny Wheeler and Paolo Fresu on trumpet and flugelhorn, John Taylor on piano, Paolo Damiani on bass, and Tony Oxley. Wow. Next one is for Christopher and Romuald, our prog heads. With a twist. What the hell, you guys? Yeah. You know what's cool about this is the first half. It's a long track, huh? It's like 24 minutes long track. If I only listened to the first like 2 or 3 minutes, I would have thought this is nice, but yeah, cool modern jazz with some scat. I'm glad I did go further. This is a composition by Paolo Damiani, by the way. First side is Kenny Wheeler. This side is Damiani, who is, I think, truly a completely underlooked, forgotten figure in jazz. Like the album I played last week, man. And now something more traditional, or? heavy early 90s indie vibes. Yeah, I've heard that. I don't have it. Midoji Scaledili.
One way forward, unstable. And on this day, the element is born again. Fresh and metal, brave metal and flame. System jack with feedback, vectors overload. As seas X, Y inside explode.
Correct, Steven. Wow. Good call. I don't know if it's the Shazam or if you actually know it. Exactly. Salut Fred. Hello Angela, thank you. Merci beaucoup. Cabus Torabi, current leader of Gong, member of the Utopian Strong with Steve Davis and Michael York from Coil. His second solo album. And underneath the guilds are open wide, and they are breathing outside and inside. Yeah, they are breathing outside and inside. It's funny how we can get that different way. Ed thinks of Fripp, New Wave. Stefan thinks of the obvious connections. For me, it's more like Charlatans, this kind of dance vibe. Yeah. It's really a fun album, much better in my opinion than his first one. I'm gonna interview him and the gang next month. That should be interesting. Hello, Thomas. I've been writing about music in magazines for a long time, so maybe, yeah, takes time. I'm currently writing and drawing a cartoon about music, so stay tuned. Yeah. Future is a warhead, scepters open wide, messages received 1,000 times.
and on the changes coming writing on the wall. And you have
The singing is extremely indie, and the bass. Good man. Now it gets a little bit Robert Fripp indeed, Ed. I agree. Yeah. The Discord, huh? Wow. Incredible, Angela. Isn't your birthday pretty soon too, by the way? I remember when Steve hyped my channel, I got a bunch of new subscribers. I don't know how many stayed. Welcome, Stefan. Merci beaucoup, Daniel. Thank you, Daniel, for leaving a good tip in the very good tip in the coffee jar. Merci.
You never did trust her. That's how you destroyed her. You should have
Exactly,
trusted
DJ
me.
Mr. Joel. Avant de pop.
I'm a political animal. Not like her. She's an animal of instinct. Now she's here in this squalor, lost in her nightmares, and praying that the rain will wash them away.
One of these records I managed to get thanks to you
Her
guys.
visions under hypnosis, her compulsion to repeat earlier painful sensations. I see these as the battle between the life instinct and the death instinct.
When particular areas of the ego have been drained,
David Cunningham
perspectives become distorted.
from the Flying Lizards
The past can change places with the future.
and all the bands with
And
David
the
Toop.
present can become lost.
It's funny, I've been watching that movie recently. It's a very complicated movie. It's theater, basically. It's an eerie psychotherapy of Trotsky's daughter. Extremely whimsical movie. Not the easiest, with Ian McKellen, Dominique Pinon, who plays in all the movies of Ken Macmillan, the director. So, yeah, the connection, the David Cunningham connection is how I was curious about that record. It's not an expensive record, but yeah, this is exactly how you guys help with the tipping, like for me to test these records and to see if they're worth sharing. This is beautiful. David Cunningham, yeah, we know him. Barry Gard, though, don't know much about it. I think he did a lot of work with what's his name? The director, the English director, Peter Greenaway. Makes sense, though. And how did I watch that movie? Well, on YouTube. Yeah, someone uploaded it there. And I was looking for music cues from it to make a decision, and I couldn't really find anything that told me, is this worth getting it or not? So I took a chance. Great. Hello, Brian. Well, I know it's early for you, yeah. You can always watch, check it out later if there's no time, and let me know. Beautiful little record. Oh, you saw people show that VC, what do you mean? The vinyl community? Never seen anyone show that in the vinyl community. Another Kulthum record in the collection now. Kulthum, the great voice of the Middle East, the queen of the Middle East, the Empress. An album from '76, I believe, originally like a Lebanese release. This is the 1981 French Egyptian on Sonokero, which sounds better than the original actually. She has hundreds of records in Kulthum. No studio albums, all recorded live. So you might want to get the ones where the recording is pretty loud. You can hear her voice is pretty much in the foreground. It's not always the case. Sometimes everything feels like a field recording in a venue. So when you get the ones like that, this is I mean, Sonokero. Usually, even there you have to check them out before. You never know. Which is kind of the fun with Kulthum, checking them all to find the ones that I don't know, maybe, yeah. Yeah, that's the one. Who's also part of General Strike with David Chu. And who did work with Peter Gordon, Pansonic, Scanner, John Cage, Peter Greenaway as well, yeah. Steve Beresford.
وكان بيانه للهدي سبلا وكان بيانه للهدي سبلا وكانت خيله للحق.
I found this in a new shop in Stockholm. I opened 2 months ago. Jade.
وكان بيانه للهدي سبلا وكانت خيله للحق غابا وعلمنا بناء المجد حتى أخذنا إمرة الأرض اغتصابا وعلمنا بناء المجد حتى أخذنا إمرة الأرض اغتصابا وما نيل المطالب بالتمني ولكن تؤخذ الدنيا
The arranger here of the music, Mohamed Abdel Wahab, also extremely central figure in Middle East music. Here he is with Salman Shaheen on this record produced by Bill Laswell. And these Kulthum records often 2 songs, 1 per side.
وكانت خيله للحق غابا وكان بيانه.
There's a whole series of the same artwork with different colors. This one is actually the best one of all the ones I've listened to.
أخذنا إمرة الأرض اغتصابا وعلمنا بناء المجد حتى أخذنا إمرة الأرض اغتصابا وما نيل المطالب بالتمني ولكن تؤخذ الدنيا كتابا
very fun artwork. So it's pretty cool to hear how the people are totally in it. Like, they're not just applauding politely, they're just like, yeah!
وكان بيانه للهدي سبلا وكان بيانه للهدي سبلا وكانت خيله للحق غابة وكان بيانه للهدي سبلا وكان بيانه للهدي سبلا وكانت خيله للحق غابة ولمنا بناء المجد حتى أخذنا إمرة الأرض اغتصابا
A record I pre-ordered a year ago that was released last year, at the end of last year, in December. Sometimes things happen. Beautiful chaos of modern classical music. It didn't cost you too much, huh? Yeah. So this is Litia-Loe. Stunning album, her best album by far in my opinion. Atlas. I wouldn't say abundant, but you can find them. I would say nothing is fairly abundant in France anymore, though. More collectors than sellers. Yeah. Very, very fine album. This one I don't think, or let's put it that way, I'm pretty sure that quite a few of you already are aware of it, but for those who don't, yeah. Yeah, for those who really like that track on the Magical Mystery Tour album, where you hear the orchestra tuning and wish the track was only that, well, this album feels like that a little bit. Yeah, I know. Well, it is just a sort of overtaking ominous beauty. So, not totally surprised, but see, like this music is just getting easier to fathom by more people. Thank you, Frank. Yeah, kind of. But I also see the musicians, even if it's through electronic means of overdubbing, etc. But it's a beautiful cover. I will agree with you on that for sure. Yeah. There's a sort of feel of the chaos of an orchestra tuning, like everyone on their own, focusing on their own instrument before the performance. But in this case, everyone is tuning, but everyone is in tune as well. Now a record I rapidly showed and played on Microstream this past Wednesday. A record from Uganda. With pretty striking cover as well, I must say. Masaka Masaka, barely making much. Heavy, heavy, heavy gloss. And when you see this logo, Akuna, I always forget the name of the label, but it's Akuna Kalula, something like that. First record of this musician, had never heard of him before. They did a very, very small pressing of this, unfortunately. I missed it when it was released, but I got a second-hand copy that is basically brand new and for more than it would have costed me new, but it was acceptable. Thank you. Yeah. No, this is brand new music. Yeah, this is really good. Hello, Joe. Hello, Nicolas Schmidt. Hello, Ivan. Yeah. Masaka. Playing a few of the short tracks there to get like a little bit of... No mic on me? Really? Hello, Billy Bob. Someone tell me if my mic is on. Yeah. Midnight. Past midnight disco time. One of the traditions of this stream. Okay. Marius. The label Hakuna Kalula. Let me double check the name of the label. Oh, Hakuna Kulala. It's basically the more dance orientated sub-label of Enyege tapes from Uganda. Oh. Thank you, Gidget and John Levinson, for a very, very nice tip in the coffee jar. Merci, mon ami. Merci, Gidget. Frank. Getting close to my goal of the night for... yeah. I have a crazy goal as well, but yeah. I'm not gonna go too... Ah, Christopher, hello. You missed some of the gong-related stuff and some other frog stuff. Ah, nice. Now a record I've given up on finding. I've been after that record for since the mid-2000s, like, yeah, maybe 20 years. And it's a Chicago house record. Has eluded me. And it costs too much. Whenever, like, people... The two times I've seen it, it was more than 500 euros. But now there's a reissue. Missing one track. But I decided I'll live with it. One of these weird, very romantic house tracks with some vocals that are kind of like not perfectly in tune. But I love it. Litia-Loe. Look at these beautiful guys. Recorded in 1993. Like, kind of like too late. You can hear the production values there are like from the 80s, not from the 90s. But yeah, I love this. And the keyboards, yeah, he can't really sing, but I love it. Very cool selected varnish cover. Very cool. I don't know. I'm not in love with this artwork, but the original didn't have any artwork. It was just like a generic disco bag sleeve. Yeah. And thank you, Fred, for helping me get one copy of this. Bye-bye, Frank. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you. They have 2 EPs, nothing else. The other one is pretty meh. But this one has like 3 tracks now. But again, like, I guess you have to go beyond the fact that the production is kind of like very generic in a way, in terms of sound, even if it sounds good, and the singing is is what it is, but it adds, like, it makes the track as well. Yeah, exactly. It shouldn't work, but it does. That's very romantic. When you look at them also, it's like fairly out of place considering the music they're doing. Yeah, this picture is... I find it perfect. And now something different. Or different kind of sexual energy. Now this is pure psychedelic drug music, and was definitely intended so. But it's also noise industrial. The Hafler Trio and the temple of Falchikuf, the Dream Machine, Brian Gizon. This was released with an actual Dream Machine. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. This didn't feature the Dream Machine, otherwise it would have been like a $2,000 record. But I should have gotten it, especially if I bought it new back then, which I didn't. The price of this edition includes the Dream Machine itself. Make sure you receive it when you pay for this package. This is meant to enhance the experience of the Dream Machine, a psychedelic device created by Brian Gison. That sometimes, yeah, you can build your own Dream Machine, by the way. It's not that difficult. You just need a turntable and a bunch of things. Yeah. You know, it's not too difficult to turn a turntable into a 78 RPM. You don't need too much technical skill. Yeah, no, not Drift Machine. Hello, Christopher. Nice to see you. Well, it's pretty warm though. Huh? Well, some magical sex at least. This was originally released as a cassette only, and then reissued as a vinyl in the 80s on the Belgium KK label. Hello, Azmi. Morning to you, huh? Wow, Kuala Lumpur. You're 6 hours ahead of me. Some turntables, you know, you can, if you push the 33 and 45 buttons together, you get a 78. But it's actually not too difficult to reprogram. And if you have like a mechanical one, then it's just up to you to build a bigger wheel for the belt. And the Dream Machine kind of works in a much more effective way than Yeah, I guess you had to be there or actively seek it out. It's pretty intense music though, huh? Now my Hafler trio collection is almost complete, apart from a bunch of EPs. So, a band, it took me a while to realize, okay, I need more records. I need like to investigate thoroughly the discography of Andrew Mackenzie, who started the band with Chris Watson from Cabaret Voltaire when he left the band. I missed a great jazz tune now, Daniel, but I'll see you later. Thank you for supporting the stream. Thank you. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Funny you should say that. I just got a record that unfortunately came damaged. That is the ultimate, ultra-terrestrial vibe. So I'll see if I can fix something, but not tonight. But we get this instead. Huh. Not so sure. I'm not looking for any reissues. I'm after like archival recordings. That's nice, but I only get originals or try to. There's some truth to that as well. But I guess it will be cool to hear the remastered version of Selected Ambient Works Volume 2 by Aphex Twin, which I pre-ordered. It should come out in September or October, I'm not sure. There's some new stuff coming out on Colin Potter's label, ICR, Nurse with Wound Related. We'll see, but here's a few cues. No, I didn't. I'm gonna wait to get a chance to listen to more than one track, and because I'm totally open to not buying it if I don't find it up to the standards I want. I have the original of that of the Aphex Twin, but yeah, it's one of the worst sounding records I own, unfortunately. And I will still keep it probably after. Yeah, this record is insanely good. At first, I was not totally sold on it when I first heard some of it years ago. And it took a recent real deep dive into the Hafler Trio discography, which a lot of it I don't like. But when I say that, I still have about like 10-12 records of him now. And there's probably 5-6 EPs I wouldn't mind getting. But the majority of it is like still quite a lot of good records. And now, a revolutionary record. Well, we have some time to get deeper in the ultra-terrestrial, as Marius was putting it. just like that. Very beautiful label, by the way. You can't see it, but metallic inks in the white stripes, silver inks. Now, who's my favorite musician? And I told you there would be more worht tonight. Exactly. This record is very strange in the sense that this was a commission for the 200th anniversary of the French Revolution. First performed at a festival in Besançon, June 29th, 1989. So right before the 14th of July. In 1989, I was a kid, I was 11, 12 years old. That was huge in France. There were so many celebrations about that, so many shows, so many theater, plays, operas, musicals. Like, it was everywhere. Like, all the kids were so, like, put in the rails of celebrating the spirit of the revolution and the story, even the violent one. And this is an odd match, I would say, but maybe not. This track is a bit different than the other ones on that album, by the way. This is just so beautiful and joyful. Bobby Few on piano. Yeah, I can see that a little bit. More hectic, but 1989, of course, come on. And it's one of the Steve Lacy records that are, I would say, probably still under the radar. I think it was released in 1990 on BMG, RCA, before it became Sony BMG. Yeah, 1990. Easy to overlook. The rest is not too shabby either, but this track is just steals the show. Gigi's Jam, Jean-Jacques Avanel, who, like, one of the the great French bass players. Now that's more like the chaos of the French Revolution. Definitely hear Steve Potts here on the saxophone. It's really his sound. Steve Lacy's French Revolution celebration, the 200 years anniversary. And the track we listened to, the first one, felt more like an African tune, but Africa is part of French history, as it is with the rest of the world for the most part. Now a record I really had to thank Fred for. A composer I've been very interested in for the past 20 years. I've entered a few of his records on Discogs. Composer from Australia, originally born in Germany before I think he was born in the 30s or so, maybe 20, no, in the late 20s. And his family left Germany in 1940 because they had some Jewish ancestry, and they immigrated to Australia, where he was internalized in a camp, in a prisoners' camp, in a Jewish prisoners' camp in Australia, where his dad died, I think. We're talking about Felix Werder, which is a simplification of his original name. And this is him under his alias, Australia Felix. 1979. He is instrumental in electronic music in Australia, as he taught it in Melbourne at the conservatory there. And some of his work does have electronics, including this. Very subtle though. I will probably feature more of his records and kind of do a sort of primer. This was recorded in Zagreb at the Muziki Biennale. Međunarodni Festival Suvremene Glazbe. But then privately issued by Felix on his own Mopoke label, which only has like 3 or 4 releases. Well, not imprisoned. He was a kid, but like put in a camp. Like if you know, like Japanese people often who went to the US, they were in camps after the war or during the war, even when they fled. Same thing happened in Australia. So this is straight up modern avant-garde classical music with some cues of electronic music. Now I think I have 6 or 7 albums of his. Here are other ones of his. He did a lot of opera as well, as you can hear now. Yeah, this one has a lot of electronics next time. But some of these records are extremely rare, extremely small pressings, and local Australian. And Fred was just driving in the, or like with his girlfriend, they were like taking a little trip outside of Melbourne, and he went into a thrift store and found copies of these records. And he was kind enough to, when he realized I was really into these, to send me a bunch, especially the ones that I was missing. Yeah, Harrison Burst Whistle. Burt Whistle, yeah. Harrison Burt Whistle has some really interesting stuff. He has one electronic piece in the 70s that is insane. The inclusion of the guitar here is pretty cool. Yeah, absolutely. Easy to know and easy to forget for us, unfortunately. Good decision, Billy. I will confess though, I have really liked this, but I still struggle with some of the mannerisms of opera singing. This part I love. This I like less. I guess it's subtle, but he was actually. I learned that he was quite successful. That his music was quite popular in the 60s, 70s in Australia. That he would be celebrated. He passed away 10 years ago or so he had a long life. But yeah, he was born in 1922. Now I remember, yeah. And died when he was 90 years old. From Berlin to Melbourne, through Zagreb. How about we finish it off, this little anniversary stream, with something sweet, and a new release by an artist that has released an album that a lot of you here loved when I introduced it on the stream. Some of you might have discovered it before. Funny because this artist was part of a band I did a whole stream about with one of its members. Oh. I have, but yeah, it's the guitar part is actually quite unique and very cool. It works very well, I think. But these records, again, not easy to find, not cheap, not always super expensive either, but not cheap, unless you're lucky. I was seeking them out on eBay in the early 2000s. Was not much competition, but still it was not easy to get these. I found one in the wild, which was completely crazy, but yeah. Yeah, I'm happy you enjoy it. Again, as I was discussing earlier in the stream, why do we seek out this music besides the potential spontaneous joy there is to be found in this, which I strongly believe there is. Again, it might be a bit naive, but I strongly believe that the more you listen to stuff like that, and just not stuff like that, but stuff like that, the better human being you become for yourself and especially for the others. The more understanding, the more able you are to understand other culture, even in your own way, not necessarily that you understand it exactly and correctly, but understand it empathically, which is probably the most important thing. And yeah, I'm really happy we have this little community that that gather every Friday, and then a lot of you also watch the stream after the fact. Not everyone can watch it live, unfortunately. Well, we thank you, Thomas, but your presence adds to it as well, for sure. Which is, before I play the last couple of tracks, when I should remind you to like the video. It's always nice. I don't know if it changes anything, but if these videos get like 100 likes during the stream and the coming days before the next one, it's not even an ego thing. It's just like, let's see if something happens. But also, by all means, leave a comment if you're watching this after the fact, or even you guys, if you want to further the discussion about anything. It's always really appreciated and useful, especially if you recommend me something to remind me of it in the comments. And if you really like the stream, you know, go in the description of the video and the first link, the Ko-fi link, or even the PayPal one. That's the best way to support the channel, to help me be able to afford to do it every week, and also to show your appreciation for a couple of hours well spent. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah. You're welcome, Zolvia. But we have one more treasure. I'll play a couple of tracks on that one. I think it's good we play it now. Now, the previous album from this artist, I pre-ordered it long in advance and didn't get my copy. I had to buy at an inflated price, which meant about like $40 instead of 20, which was annoying. But when I got it, I was relieved I got it. I know Steve Davis paid a premium for it after, but fortunately his new album is just released in the past month. And even if they only did 300 copies, I think you should be able to find it. You know what that means, right? This is Ed Ruscha, the fifth, the son of the famous painter. His album with the trombone player was astonishing. This one is him solo. Well, continuing on the same concept as you can see with the artwork. If you go and if you don't know what I mean, go look it up. Now that first album for that new concept is worth a fortune, unless you're lucky. But this one, there's this beautiful moment when everything coalesces and you just don't think about anything. Streams run together and all you have is the flow. Pretty good text in this, by the way. Like, I won't read the whole thing, but it deals with Coltrane, with anthropology, and the abstract. The artwork is by him, by the way. It's not exactly my thing. I find it a little bit naive, but like, I'm gonna try to connect this with the music more and more. It's a beautiful record. And yeah, you should look it up. I think the exclusive distributor for it in the world is in the UK and is Honest John. But there might be some copies coming to Soundhome and to Bandcamp. Not totally sure about that, but I think I heard that, but I didn't take a chance. Thank you, Anthony Ryu, for leaving a nice tip in the coffee jar. Merci, Anthony. That's what needs to happen. Oh well. Merci. Yeah, X-Prince protégé. She had a good run, you could say. I don't know exactly how old she was, but she had a good run. And she did live intensely. If you, for those who know her and know her voice, you know what I mean. But what a beautiful woman and spirit. Another swimmer, huh? Thank you, Steven. Hey, Alex. Coucou. Yeah. Oh, Boomcat, yeah. They probably will have some copies, yeah. Cheers to you. Maybe, yeah. Maybe. Not enough rap, though, huh? Hello, Mille Vinyl. Merci. Again, last time, thumbs up if you feel like it. If you feel like celebrating the stream with me. Comments if you want to further the discussion. And coffee tips if you want to support even more actively, like tonight. Who did support us tonight? Anthony, Gidget, John Livingston, Daniel, Justin Peters, Mercurian Man, Frank, Marcos, Vinyl Joe, Thorsten, Lionel, Marius, and Thomas. And earlier during the week, Steve and Jim from Record Collectors News, and also Clatubar. But there's no moment where you can't support the stream. It doesn't need to be live during the broadcast, the streaming. You always get like a thumbs up from me even the next week if you do. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful evening, morning, day, weekend, and most likely see you next week. Merci Marius. Et voilà. Bye bye.